Already this weekend, Zach Hardaker's drop goal proved the difference as Wigan climbed to within 2 of the Black and Whites. On Friday, the favourites extended their lead at the top as Danny Richardson claimed 14 of St Helens' 26 points against Trinity, and Leeds won handsomely at Huddersfield to climb 2 points clear of the relegation zone. Round 24 concludes tomorrow with crucial games for the bottom 2. The Robins face Castleford, while London hosts the Salford side, eyeing a 3rd win over the Broncos in 2019. St Helens then 6 wins clear of today's visitors with 5 matches left. Hull's lead over Wigan has halved after Thursday's defeat, with the Dragons only outside the playoff places on points difference. Salford could leapfrog the Dragons and Castleford with a win in the capital. Then come Leeds, Wakefield and the Giants, all locked on 18 points. At the bottom, Rovers and the Broncos are currently 2 points adrift ahead of their matches tomorrow. Let's have a look at the way these two teams check out then. And the big news for Catalan Dragons is the return of Greg Bird, whose last appearance in Perpignan came at the new camp. His partnership with Tony Gigo is Steve McNamara's 9th different combination this year. Kenny Edwards also returns along with Junior Langi as the men from Perpignan make 3 changes to the 17 beaten at the AJ Bell Stadium last Sunday. So Sam Tompkins is the fullback, then it's David Mead, Samisoni Langi, Braden Williame and Fuad Yaha, with Greg Bird alongside Tony Gigo. Up front, Michael Simon, Michael McAlorum and Julian Bousquet, with Matt Whitley alongside Benjamin Garcia in the second row. Remy Casti is the captain and loose forward. On the substitutes bench for the Dragons, Kenny Edwards, Alvix da Costa, Anthony Maria and Sam Cassiano. For the coach, Steve McNamara. The Challenge Cup finalists named the same starting lineup that won through to Wembley a week ago, with Josh Charnley still ruled out with a knee injury. So Stefan Ratchford is their fullback, then it's Tom Lynham, Bryson Goodwin, Toby King and Jake Marmo. Blake Austin is alongside Declan Patton in the halves. The front row is Chris Hill, the captain, Darryl Clark and Mike Cooper. Ben Curry alongside Jack Hughes in the second row, and Jason Clark is the loose forward for the Wolves. On the bench, Sitaleki Akwala is back after suspension, and Harvey Levette also returns. Matt Davis and Joe Philbin complete Steve Price's 17. So much to look forward to ahead of this one, and Phil Clark alongside me for what should be a really mouth-watering game this, and obviously a repeat as well of that Challenge Cup final won so epically by the Dragons, the first team to take the trophy outside of the UK. So plenty already between these two.
That's right, the Catalan Dragons have had 2 weeks to prepare for a game that they simply must pick up the 2 points or face danger of losing pace with the top teams in that 5 places that they need to be in when we get to the end of round 29.
Sam Tompkins Julian kick this one off, and Mike Cooper with the first carry for Warrington under the tackle there of Julian Bousquet. Big hit from Casti. That was on Jason Clark.
Hold. Go 2.
A lot of firepower, I should say, up front for both these sides as Ben Curry takes the ball in strongly again.
Hold.
Under the tackle of Greg Bird, his first involvement. He will be delighted to be back out there, Greg Bird. So much experience, 17 times a Kangaroo. 18 New South Wales appearances as well for State of Origin. A key man for the Dragons. Here is Stefan Ratchford, so important to the Warrington cause.
Ambition there, an enterprise by the Warrington team, attempting to pass wide and get around these white defenders. Pressure from McAlorum on the kicker. And that's a pretty respectable start for Catalan. They'll be pleased with how the defenders there have contained that Warrington team in the middle of the field. They start the set now 40 metres from their own try line.
It's Blake Austin who got that kick away for the Warrington Wolves, and David Mead with the first hit up there for the Dragons. Under the tackle there of Jack Hughes. Here is Samisoni Langi.
2, move, work back, hold, go, 2.
Important to mention the conditions as well. 32 degrees pitch side in Perpignan.
Hold.
So the conservation of energy and the retention of the ball will be crucial in the outcome of this game as Bousquet manages to get a really good offload away. Leading offloader for the Dragons in Super League this season, Julian Bousquet, 35. Make that 36 now. Here is Fuad Yaha away for Gigo, and this now is Casti.
5, move, come on, go.
McLaurin It's Tompkins who gets the kick away. It's a huge kick as well, and a big test. First up, and Lynham comes up with the answer.
Well, an outstanding kick by Sam Tompkins, because it came down just 1 metre short of the try line. But with the momentum of the defenders, they carried him back into the in-goal area. And they'll start another set inside the opponent's half here, one suspects. Last tackle, we've got Tompkins, Guijot, both of them likely to kick from time to time, but the perfect start, the first one there. As you see, they're trapped here, harassing. A little bit of facial work, I think, on Stephen Ratchford, puts Blake Austin. You know what, though, the Dragons, they've had lots of goal line dropouts. This will be the 38th this season. But they've only scored 4 times from those so far. They'd love to start with a try early today.
Collected on the full by Gigot. This is Michael Simon now. 3 in the tackle there for the Warrington Wolves. Jason Clark among them.
Hold. Go.
Good opportunity then for the Dragons inside the opening 3 minutes at the Stade Gilbert Brutus, and Bousquet ramping things up. In offence there, McIloram's pass. That was Tony Gigot, does find Tompkins. Just had to break his stride a little, but collected the pass successfully enough. That's how close they are to the Warrington Wolves line. Warrington heavy favourites for this one, as they look to keep pace with St Helens at the top. Already through to the Challenge Cup final. They want back-to-back Old Trafford appearances as well, but it's Catalan Dragons who have started the better. And Remy Casti, central position for Steve McNamara's men. Bousquet once more. Daryl Clark is the tackler alongside Jack Hughes. Last opportunity with Gigot, good ball, Willie Harvey can't take it. Had Yaha on his outside, the ball goes forward. Yaha does touch that ball down, but the ball definitely went forward there, and a chance comes to nothing for the Dragons.
It was a good opportunity for them, wasn't it, to put some pressure on Warrington's defence up to the start. The first 5 minutes, they're in the right place. And you could say a missed opportunity for the Dragons. I think the way that they're combining, you know, you mentioned the variety of different players they've had playing scrum half and standoff. Today it's Tony Gigot and Greg Bird. Sam Tompkins, I suppose, is the loose forward as that triumvirate of attacking threats that they need to possess. But how they interplay is crucial for Catalan today and the rest of this season.
Warrington just looking to get out of their dangerous area, but that's a really good tackle. Whitley's in there, Bousquet in there. They're pumped up for this one, the Dragons. Chris Hill leads the response for the Warrington Wolves. Clark's pass. This time Deck Patton gets a kick away. Tompkins in the perfect position to return, but Goodwin leads the charge for the visitors. So impressive in Primrose and Blue this year, Bryson Goodwin.
Well, the Dragons are clearly on the front foot, aren't they? Putting Warrington under pressure to gain ground. They're rolling a lot of the play inside their opponent's half, but early on here now they're struggling to find space. Willie Armour now.
Gives it to Willie Armour, and Willie Armour motoring now. Still going. Marmo doing everything he can to try and stop him, aided by Deck Patton. Within 25 metres of that Warrington line, Gigot gets the ball away. And Bousquet now. Chris Hill with the tackle. All hands to the pump in defence for Warrington this opening 5 minutes. Can the Dragons sneak over for a try? They were close a couple of moments ago.
Move, Chris, we are back up.
This will be the last one, though.
Goal, play on.
McIloram. Bird's kick. Deck Patton is there, but he's going to be trapped in the in-goal area once more. They haven't got the try, but they've got the next best thing, and this is really impressive pressure in the opening stages.
Well, the kick wasn't the best, but the effort to trap Patton and push him back in goal was outstanding from a willing worker of Matt Whitley. Bird there puts the kick in, well taken. Can't do much but driven back. Whole possession. Kick out and hope that your teammates can cope for one more set.
Catalan have beaten every one of the 5 clubs standing above them already this year. They know how to beat the big boys. And they're causing real problems for Blake Austin and Warrington early on here. They know they're in a battle.
10 seconds. Clock off. Time on.
Austin's dropout. Collected comfortably by Tompkins. Simon moves into that Warrington half of the field again.
Move! Back up, wait.
Where the entire 6 minutes has been played so far, but that's a knock-on.
Just lost it there.
Hill gets the congratulations of his teammates. James Child just says that ball was lost.
Well, the tackle's completed, isn't it? I think you've got to do better to hold on to the ball. He's just wrestled around and lost the ball.
Sorry, mate.
It's a tragedy, really, after 6 impressive minutes for Catalan, and Remy Casti trying to pick his teammates up there.
Let's get ready.
Mikel Simon knows they've really taken the throat off their opponents.
Shot clock is on.
Unable to convert that pressure into any points, Steve McNamara's men. And that will give Warrington real encouragement as they prepare to attack the Dragons line now. Patton for Blake Austin. Dumped to the ground by Willie Armour. That was a good tackle, appreciated by this Perpignan crowd.
Boarded on a dangerous tackle. I wasn't sure whether his head went past his hips, past the horizontal. He's now given a penalty for a high tackle. Mikel Simon's having a terrible 60 seconds.
I'd love to go home with, sir.
You might have heard Blake Austin there saying he has 2 children he'd like to go home to. He thought it was a dangerous tackle.
Stay outside.
Apologies if you picked up any language there on the referee's microphone.
Here we are. Wait, guys, wait.
Heat.
Okay.
In Perpignan, and the temperature's rising on the pitch.
Move. Here we are, mate. Hold.
Maybe some frustration as well among the Dragons that they weren't able to convert those
quicker
opportunities into points earlier.
Oh, good play by Greg Bird. Great defensive effort to come up and close down the space.
Absorbing contest developing in Perpignan.
Third. Move.
Casti and Simon
Wait.
on defensive duty.
Go 3.
To bring Austin to the ground. Here is Hill now.
4. Move. Come on, back up. Wait.
Warrington will at least want to just complete this set, but they're looking for points as well. Austin floats the ball to Jake Marmo. Marmo comes back the other way. Lateral rather than forward so far from the former Huddersfield Giant.
5. Move. Keep coming. Go.
Best position though so far for the Wolves. Deck Patton with a teasing kick, but Tompkins in a brilliant position and tidies up with a plump.
So being able to predict where the ball's going to go is a great skill for any fullback, and Tompkins there, it was almost as if he was on the same team as Deck Patton. He knew exactly where the ball was going to roll, put himself into position, cleared the ruck, and there was no danger of a goal line dropout.
Here is the Papua New Guinean international David Mead, made his Brisbane debut at Warrington in the World Club Series of 2017. Here now, Fuad Yeha for the Catalan Dragons, wrapped up by Hill. Jason Clark's downstairs as well.
Go, play on.
Move into the 9th minute, and on the 4th tackle, a kick comes in.
So 40-20.
40-20, and that's a superb kick to put the Dragons right on the offensive again.
Well, Tony Gigo made that look easy. He made it look so simple. Look, he's got time, he doesn't kick the ball too hard. The technique's fantastic. Hard surface. The ball will roll on quickly here now. Dry conditions, clearly. They've tapped the ball. The referee said the Warrington team weren't back onside.
Don't make the goal line.
They had to be back on the goal line, and Whitley and co weren't. They've got an option to kick a goal to try and start the scoring. They did against Salford in their last Super League game. Led 2-0, even though they lost heavily in the end. But it's a tactic and a philosophy that the Dragons believe in, and one that I think Sam Tompkins will apply to.
Tony Gigo's brother, a very talented footballer in his own right, and some sensational kicking skills there from that man on screen, Tony Gigo. The reigning Lance Todd winner, of course, against Warrington in that Challenge Cup final back in August last year. Greatest day in the Dragons' history. And a chance for Sam Tompkins to put Steve McNamara's men 2-0 ahead. 62 goals already in Super League this year for the former Wigan man. Got 20 points in the Dragons' last victory. That came at Huddersfield. Also included his 21st career hat-trick.
Was that you, Jean-Louis?
First points from Sam Tompkins then. And Catalan Dragons lead by 2 points to 0.
Well, they'll be pleased with the way they've started. Sometimes a week's rest doesn't always benefit a team. The timing can be out in both attack and defence, but I think it's been a really confident, really polished start, other than the mistake from Mikel Simon where he lost possession. Greg Bird Bernard Gouache in the centre of the screen there, the chairman of the Catalan Dragons, will be pleased with the way his team have started on a wonderful afternoon in the south of France.
Time off.
Stefan Ratchford will restart for Warrington.
Time on.
Any chance of a breather in this game will be grabbed by both sets of players. The conditions really hot.
Move!
11 and a half gone.
Hold! Go.
Catalan 2-0 ahead. Jack Hughes in the tackle for the Wolves.
Move!
Willie Arme.
Wait! Go, 2.
McLaurin.
Tompkins. Third!
Bousquet.
Move! Goal 3.
It's now Greg Bird. Had Whitley for company. He's elected to take the tackle himself.
Move! Keep
Comes
coming.
in from Ben Curry.
Wait! Go, 4.
And now Casti charging through the first defender. That was Chris Hill.
Go.
Couldn't get past Ben Curry though. The kick on the bounce will find Stefan Ratchford on the last tackle. That's Marmo.
You saw the benefits of having Greg Bird in your side. He runs the ball and runs it very well, but maybe his kicks aren't as good as some of the other players you play in the halfbacks and Super
All the
League.
way. Wait!
One went to part and that one went. They could have applied a little more pressure, but there's plenty of pressure here now on the Warrington players carrying this ball because of the aggression that Catalan are tackling. Dal Clark just about snakes between a couple of defenders, but he's lost the ball.
Gigo in the right place and Catalan on the offensive again. Willie Arme.
Mustaf! Hold.
Great position this. That was the 0 tackle. Some patience, some poise required now as far as the Dragons are concerned. Samisoni Langi though, the victim of a good tackle from Bryson Goodwin. This is Whitley now. Into Hill's tackle.
2. Move! We are with a step.
Warrington
Wait.
under the pump
2.
for almost the opening 13 minutes here. Simon gets the ball away. Who gets there first? Catalan Dragons do.
Move!
That was really important. And at some cost as well for Julien Bousquet.
Well, I can understand the Dragons offloading the ball. They struggled at times to break down their opponents. They don't have many great attacking or try scorers in their ranks. They have to do something, don't they, to look and make themselves a more dangerous team when they've got possession. It's a risky offload. There's no real benefit there for Bousquet. No quality in it in that second phase possession.
Warrington Wolves beaten by the odd point in 45 here in March. That Tony Gigo drop goal the difference. But they've won on 3 of their last 5 visits to Perpignan and on 6 of the last 9 occasions. So it's a ground that's been good to them. Facing a severe test early. Sweat drips from the face and the brow of Julien Bousquet there. 13 times a French international.
I can't play on, I've got a doctor on.
Well, as well as the injury to Julien Bousquet, we've also got a doctor on the field here, so
we're going to have to sort this out.
The referee has to hold up play until that's taken care of. Well, the players perhaps given a chance here maybe to take on some more fluids. And the chances, I think, for Catalan here to discuss just how they can break down either through or around or over this Warrington defensive line.
Sorted, yeah. You need a new shirt, to be honest, mate, so you're going to have to go, because he's got blood all over his shirt. He has to go off, because he's got blood all over his shirt. Yeah, but it's the second time that he's had a blood injury. Just take him to the side, mate, and just change it. You're in possession. Just take him to the side.
Well, clash of heads here for Michael Simon.
To do a quick
Picked
change,
up.
we can get going.
At some point here in the tackle with Mike Cooper, he offloads the ball. Maybe it's just
yep. Time on.
deeper cut, splitting through. Greg Bird now, played on the right-hand side. Dijon more to the left.
Lucas! Wait. Go, 4.
Casti. This is Gigo, and now Sam Tompkins and Willie Arme.
5! Move! Line, guys, wait. Wait, go.
Tompkins, raking pass. Gigo.
Clear.
What a test this will be, and it's come up. Oh, it's a knock-on, says James Child. David Mead, I think it was, who was going to touch the ball down. But the official in exactly the right place to see that this has gone forward off Samisoni Langi has it.
Well, I think Steve McNamara will be pleased. His team are competing for those kicks. putting Warrington under a tremendous amount of pressure. The Wolves, of course, got to Wembley with 2 tries from kicks, one of them very similar to that. Catalan at the right end of the field, put in an excellent kick, but the bounce of the ball goes against them here, and Warrington survive. But again, survive in some very demanding conditions. Chris Hill trying to carry it forward again. Lovely offload to Clark.
What a pass that was from Chris Hill.
Backwards.
Darryl Clark loses the ball, and Tony Gigo is the first man to react.
Surrender.
And now Catalan Dragons back on the front foot. Warrington, their own worst enemies at the moment. Approaching quarter of an hour gone, and there's going to be a Catalan penalty now for a high tackle. A litany of errors for Steve Price's men early on here.
And Chris Hill's determined to make sure his team have got enough aggression here to match this French team. People running in now. Jake Mamo came running in from a long way instead of to wrestle somebody back, and he's made it worse.
It's still going on here.
Well, if it wasn't hot enough, it will be heating up right now.
Let go. Let go.
There was being suggested that the players might want to conserve some energy.
Well, the referee doesn't know where to break it up.
Okay, back away.
He's got to everybody.
Back away. Over there. Just take him away.
Obviously, the original offence was the high tackle by Chris Hill on Mikel Simon.
No.
That'll probably be 2 more points on the scoreboard, but the referee has to try and calm everybody down here. It's a very tough job.
Please. White line.
Referee in these circumstances.
Keep going.
Because you have to try and find the right level of aggression. It's gone too high, it's a penalty.
Are you listening?
And everyone's so pumped up, they've come running in.
Time off.
Just trying to gain some more information from the 2 touch judges who've come onto the field now, offering their opinion just to support what he thinks.
Tackle, Chris Hill. Yep. McIlaurin then joins in.
Yes.
And they therefore lose control of the situation.
Yes.
They're both going to the bin for me. Anything else?
No. Speak to Jay Mamo. He's reignited it as well, Jay Mamo, by pulling a player off.
Okay. So we've got first offence, Hill, high tackle, McIlaurin coming in. All right? Okay. Cheers. No, Mary, walk away, mate.
Well, we think we're going to be playing 12 aside now, aren't we, for the next 10 minutes?
Where you go, mate?
The Warrington skipper, the first man to go.
He's the skipper and he's their leader, isn't he? He's an important player now. There's a test here for the rest of the Warrington team. With him off the field, who becomes the leader for the next 10? Who provides that level of aggression and enforcement that he had? Carried the ball well.
Come here.
But sadly for the Dragons, they're going to lose a player as well.
McIlaurin.
The hooker. Number 9.
I've blown the whistle, I've got the penalty, you then join in the situation, and as a result of that, control is lost. 10 minutes. Off you go.
McIlaurin also
that's the policy,
departs
mate.
for 10.
You get yourself involved, and it creates all that situation. Off you go. Remy.
A try in the
Steph, you captain.
2013 grand final defeat of Warrington. Michael McIlaurin. Different memories so far this afternoon.
I've blown the whistle, I've got the penalty, right? What I then have is McIlaurin coming in, and that causes all that situation. We have players from both teams then that come in. That's it. It finishes now, all right?
What's the penalty?
Penalties for the high tackle initially. Yeah, mate?
Well, I guess Michael McIlaurin would feel a little bit unlucky here, maybe a sense of injustice, because he's really just trying to push Hill off his teammate. Hill decides he's going to go back again for a second effort. He's only trying to separate 2 players from the floor. But that's the way the referee's seen it, and you can understand with all those players running in, very hard to judge who's done things wrong. They don't get a replay of it. But we get a replay of a penalty kick, which should give them 2 more points if Sam Tompkins puts this over.
Opportunity then for Tompkins to double the Dragons' advantage with his second success of the afternoon. No problem at all. Similar position, similar results. Catalan ahead by 4 points to 0 now.
All you have to do is touch him, and that's tackle complete.
Well, Warrington, every team wants to start. Well, they haven't done here, but they've got enough experience here now to fight their way back, and they'll have to do that with some better play at the moment. They're really hoping that their opponents start to fall off the tackles off, drop possession, because they've got a really good grip early in this game.
Time off.
Looking forward to seeing these 2 attack. It's been a disrupted opening, really. Pressure from Catalan. Warrington really haven't got going yet, in truth.
There's a similar pattern when the Warrington Wolves played here earlier in the season. They did lose 23-22. They conceded 8 penalties to the 4 for the home team. Penalty count going in favour again of the French side today.
1, move, hold, go.
12 apiece then as Gigo feeds Willie Arme.
2, move, all the way, hold, go.
Clark's, Jason and Darrell combined to put him to ground, and Austin in defence now.
Time off, tackle 3.
It's Garcia who's got the ball.
Ben Garcia, tackle 3.
Well, you see the referee just stopped again. Everyone's taking fluid on whenever they possibly can. It's not a drinks break.
Just keep that mark, Rich.
It's just something that the referee wants to walk back to, just to check. I think the Warrington side will be happy, won't they, for another 60-second breather, but they won't be happy to see Jack Hughes down injured, the doctor on the field again. This could be serious here. He's gone into that collision with Mikel Simon, who's really carried the ball with some ferocity. But he's crumpled over there, winded or perhaps rib injury. He's eventually going to get back up onto the feet. He gets his breath back, but perhaps winded in the lower abdomen. Just being given time, isn't it? Maybe the knee coming up and hitting him. It's possibly the reason why the doctor and physio are just giving him time to recover. I think there's a lot they can do for him at the moment. If you just look here, the last minute, I think it's the right knee. Mikel Simon comes up in between the thighs. Just catches him. An awkward position.
Yeah.
Sure, both these two expected a battle before kick-off, and that's exactly what we're getting here.
Yeah, just talk to me.
Seen tempers flare already. Chris Hill, Michael McAlorum in the bin.
There's a potential here. The referee is he going to make any warning here for dangerous running?
No, but we have the doctor on the field, and I can't play on.
Sometimes players do are penalised for lifting the knees in the tackle. I don't think there was any case of that then, and eventually we get back into the game.
Andrew Henderson, part of the Warrington coaching team there alongside Steve Price and A.D. Gardner as well.
Wait. Play the ball, go. Milking, 4.
Bird flicks the ball back for Whitley.
5, move. Hold
Jason Clark.
Wait.
One of 3
go.
Warrington tacklers. Tompkins gets the ball away for Gigo. He goes aerial, testing Ratchford. No problem at all. Chase is good though.
1, move.
Led by Whitley.
Go, 1.
Well, they've had to do a lot of work in defence. Time now for the likes of Lyman to carry the ball. He does that well.
Go, 2.
Quick play the ball, and they're off on a roll.
3rd, move. Hold. Go, 3.
Darrell Clark. This is Cooper now.
Still 3.
Well, attempted offload from Cooper, but it's not come off. And again, the Dragons have come up with it. Jake Bird's wrestled around by Dick Patton.
Well, it was Bird who beat Patton to the bouncing ball there, and that got for the first time, I have to say, in this opening 18.5 minutes. And that's put Catalan in a really good position once more. Warrington with even more defending to do, but that's a good hit, solid hit on Braden Willie Arme.
Well, Garcia, he's been good at getting over the line. He can't do on this one now.
Wait. Go 4.
Cup final try against the Wolves 12 months ago.
Oh, what a tackle by Ratchford.
Ratchford on Lange. They're not done yet though, they could be over. Trying to sneak over on the last. Tompkins is repelled. More heroic defence from Warrington. Jason Clark is on the ground.
They were screaming for the ball out wide, but Tompkins couldn't get it there. Brilliant run back inside by Langley, but that is a magnificent 6-point saver there by Stefan Ratchford to stop a big man at such speed, changing direction there, and then on the next play to hold out again. But they're clinging on at present. They're behind by 4, but it could have been and perhaps should have been more.
Sensational defence from Steve Price's Warrington Wolves.
3rd, move. Wait. Go.
And so many plaudits for what they can do in attack, but they've been severely examined in this opening quarter.
4, move, come on. Wait.
Jack Hughes, Clark, Ratchford, who came up with that defence just a couple of minutes ago. Taken to ground by Garcia. Last one coming up for Warrington.
Outside, clear.
Austin's kick. Diarra does really well underneath that.
Come on, move!
Well, a great catch. The Catalan Dragons are dominating possession. They've dominated field position. But at some point, you need to put some more points on the scoreboard. They're hoping to do that now. With Diarra, second run in the set for him. Game speeding up a little bit.
Fuhad Diarra with the quick play of the ball as well.
Hold. Goal for
Tompkins, Greg Bird.
5, move! Go.
Tompkins finds Gigo. He finds the air once more. This time it's a test for Marmo, and he has not come up with it. Ratchford has been faultless. So there was another victim chosen, and Jake Marmo couldn't come up with the goods.
Walk away.
Well, here it's unsurprising, isn't it? Ratchford's so safe that eventually they've went to either line him, but it was Marmo given the next test. And he's failed at this stage here. He's got to hope that his team can save his embarrassment now. The more often you defend your own try line, the sooner a try ends up being conceded. And the referee unhappy there with some poor sportsmanship from the Catalan Dragons. I think they went up to sarcastically pat
That
Jake
is it.
Marmo.
Don't go touching him. Okay?
It was unnecessary.
No, mate, it's a knock on. Ben?
12 aside here now. There should, in theory, be a little bit more space.
Yeah.
Obviously, you only need to put 5 men in the scrum, so not necessarily immediately on this first tackle, but from then on for the 5 after that.
Dealt with it now, mate. Dealt with it. All right.
Just 1 or 2 more metres that every defender has to cover here now for this Warrington side to close down the space.
Heads in!
Test of the passing skill and accuracy of the French team.
Help!
And the organisation, as well as Gigo, the danger man with ball in hand.
1, move! Wait!
No way through for Matt Whitley on that occasion. Tompkins finds Bousquet. Bousquet trying to find the line.
Move! Wait!
Sent back by Ratchford. Greg Bird. This is Garcia. Skips away from a couple.
Yeah, pity they couldn't find him a little wider with those dancing feet. He's dangerous.
Goal 3.
Tompkins.
Obstruction. He's run behind his own team there.
You go behind him. You go behind him in close proximity.
He's obviously filling in as a substitute hooker.
3 metres every time.
All right, I'll have a look.
So we're having to force a pass. I look up to pass and I have to run.
I've heard you.
He's 3 metres
Sam,
offside.
I've heard you.
Why are we not seeing that?
All right.
Negotiation there between the substitute number 9. He runs behind Casti. Philbin, I don't think he was really obstructed that much, but the referee says he has. It's a legal play, and it's a massive relief for Warrington now, who for over a quarter of this game now are holding on, hoping that the game can turn. They've got some game breakers. Blake Austin, perhaps one of the most impressive so far in Super League, but they need somebody now to turn the flow of the match because it's been completely dominated by the home team.
Wait! Go, 1.
Warrington relieved to have possession back as Jack Hughes takes the tackle from Casti. Wolves over halfway momentarily. Spinning is Clark. Jason Clark.
Move! Go, 3.
Darryl Clark on the back of that. Typically purposeful run, and then picks out Ratchford. And on the 3rd tackle, he's put a teasing kick in. It's a foot race. It was Lynham who was chasing it, but David Mead does enough. But it's going to be a goal line dropout. Expansive play from the Wolves, rewarded with a repeat set.
Well, the longer the game goes on, the more we're starting to see the influence that Stefan Ratchford can have, the Warrington fullback. It's a brilliant piece of skill there to kick in that dangerous zone, bouncing around the try line.
Yeah,
David Mead says, no, I've got the ball over the line, but no. It's back.
I can't
More negotiation going on now between the standing captain and referee.
Stay on! 10 seconds.
Well, their first goal line drop, but you know the Wolves, they've not needed as many more often than not. They'll need 2 or 3 a game and they'll find a try. Brilliant kick downfield, but Philbin now gets that 20-metre charge.
Here is Joe Philbin now, finding his best form under Steve Price. Try from the substitutes bench in Bolton last week.
Just play the ball. Play the ball.
Jason Clark. Bousquet among the tacklers
Held!
for Catalan.
Go 2.
Kenny Edwards on now.
Well, that was poor technique, wasn't it? They were unable to put the Warrington player on the ground. Maybe a sign that they're starting to tire, even though they've had so much ball, thrown so many punches.
Wait. Way too slow. It's too slow, mate. It's far too slow. You're nearly asleep on him.
Well, there's a big question there for Warrington. Will they kick at goal to try and fill up the petrol
Just
tank, or are they
wait there,
going to go for it? I think Del Clark prefers to tap and go. They'll back themselves to score in this set.
Wasn't too much of a conference
One,
from a Warrington point of view. They're going to go for the jugular here.
Go.
Philbin. Austin.
No, he hasn't.
Blind alley first
No, he
up, but he's
hasn't.
found something here.
2. Move.
Inside the last 15 minutes, first half. Is there a problem for Blake Austin?
It felt very awkwardly, didn't it? Craig Bird said it's a knock-on.
Tackle 2. It's the same time as the call time off.
He was injured, I'm sure. It was pretty obvious for everyone to see.
He hasn't gone behind. No, he hasn't gone behind him.
Is it the leg? Obviously his ankle's gone here, hasn't it, on the ground there now.
Warrington's marquee signing. His 150th career appearance this evening. Is it going to come to a premature and very sad end? This would be a real problem for Warrington. An absolute standout in this Super League season.
It gets folded badly underneath the body weight of Greg Bird.
I understand.
Very worried, I think, at first, wasn't he? Maybe as he sits up now, it'll be as bad as he first feared. But this is a big test now. Chris Hill was sin-binned. Blake Austin leaves the field. The main leaders, the voices, the characters that carry this Warrington team on, particularly when they're under pressure and on the back foot as they've been in this match. They need him to stay out there. He's not confident. I think he's coming off.
In a week where Catalan made a significant statement with the capture of James Maloney as next year's marquee signing, well, Warrington's main man is already doing the business in 2019. Can he continue here?
It's quite clear, isn't it? You can see in that tackle. Hopefully he's not broken it here, but it means he's got up and stood on his feet. We're all up, I think. There's no serious damage here. He's lit up the Super League with some of his individual play and some of the opportunities created for his teammates. But he's going to leave this pitch here now, and I think he'll be flying home from France, having only played in the first half. Change of angle there, the speed and acceleration, but he's crumpled under the body weight of Bird, and Casti comes in on top of that.
It's a problem now, is it?
No.
But this is now a massive test for Declan Patton to see, has he developed enough now? 20+ games into this season, in the absence of Kevin Brown, in the loss now of Blake Austin, can he become the dominant halfback and leader of a team to win in France? 4-0 behind, under pressure, haven't played well, hadn't had a lot of ball. This is a real test of his verbal skills and his playing ability, you know, to run past, tackle and kick for the next 40-50 minutes.
A Challenge Cup final on the horizon later this month for the Warrington Wolves. Will Blake Austin be involved?
I'll tell you when, we're just going to
They want to get back to Old Trafford. They're second in Super League, behind St Helens. Those top two have really put some significant daylight between themselves and the rest this season. They've thrilled us all, and that man has been an outstanding acquisition for Steve Price and Warrington. We wish him well. Great offload, and Jake Marmo goes in. Warrington have levelled it. No Blake Austin, and no problem. Jake Marmo with the try.
No, not much, to be honest.
Okay.
Well, that's brilliant centre play. Absolutely. If you've watched the game for the last 100 years, the world's best centres can do that. They can draw in two men and release the ball to their wingman outside them. A player in space, a player with pace, and the first chance they've had to score a try, they've turned it into points on the scoreboard. He was laughed at when he dropped a bomb at the other end of the field, but he didn't drop that one, and he's got his team level on points.
No, mate, we've had that many breaks.
Tries in 4 of the last 5 in Super League now for Jake Marmo. Got one on his Super League debut against the Dragons in Huddersfield colours back in 2017. And And another memory on this ground as Bernard Gouache watches on.
Hey, mate, talk to me.
Well, Stefan Ratchford's taking his time here now. He's trying to really calm down, bring his heart rate down, rest and recover here as much as he possibly can, because points today are vital. And this is a really important sideline effort. Very difficult kick.
Okay.
We know 32, 33 degree temperature there for him. He's had to do a lot of running around in difficult defensive positions, and he's been tasked here now to demonstrate some brilliant skill.
Time off.
75 goals already posted by Stefan Ratchford in Super League this year. Look at the concentration on his face.
Time on.
This to put Warrington ahead. He's missed it by a whisker, and we're all locked up, 4 points apiece.
Well, it's been an interesting first half, and it's the first time that Warrington have had a chance to attack. The old-fashioned run around, and then two brilliant passes. The first one a long one, the second one a short left-handed one from King, which was fantastic. He deserves all the plaudits from his teammates there. The way he's brought in two players and put it on a plate for Jake Marmo.
.14 to go, first half.
One, move!
12 men apiece, 4 points apiece.
Two, move!
Chris Hill returns to the field and immediately back into action. And under the weight there of Sam Cassiano, there's some afters there as well.
Third, move! Wait.
Philbin.
Wait. Go three.
Under the tackle there of Edwards. Chris Hill once more.
Four, move!
Right in the engine room, as usual.
Go four.
Darryl Clark, Patton with the kick. Looking to go over the head there of David Mead. Great catch and return there.
One, move!
From the 30-year-old.
Go.
He set off, didn't he, hard and straight at Declan Patton, who's helped out the young halfback by some of his teammates coming in, cutting down Mead at full speed.
Go.
Yaha.
Two.
McAlorum now. Edwards.
Third.
Crowd want the high shot from Philbin. And the touch judge raises the flag.
That's a shame, isn't it? His effort there to move forward and close down the Dragons was unrewarded, because a brilliant piece of footwork there by Kenny Edwards to change direction very late on, just after he caught the ball.
Cheers.
Means a penalty is conceded. And again, we see another set of possession. The Catalan Dragons, we're not seeing a lot of creativity, though, when they're in their opponent's half.
Kenny Edwards, a Wembley winner on only his 12th appearance in the UK. As his old club Parramatta finished with the wooden spoon. McAlorum, meanwhile, for Catalan now. And Garcia.
Two. Down, move!
Inching closer
Chris,
again. What's the Dragons' response? Cassiano.
That's 3 of the 6 players. They've just gone straight down the middle here now. They've got line. Referee says it's too late. I called the tackle was held. We'll have to play the ball.
Three. Just wait. As soon as your leg's lifted, it's out. I know. It's okay. Come on, Jess. Come on, mate.
Crowd don't like it again.
It's okay.
Great pass, though, from Gigo, David Mead.
That's brilliant, though, isn't it? Bringing in the right winger, a bit of variety to their attack.
Gigo again, there's a variety, a really nice kick again. And Patton with no other option. He had to get there first. He had to get the ball there. And Warrington will have to defend once more.
Well, defending is more than just making tackles. It's putting yourself in the right place to prevent your opponents from scoring. And that's a fantastic piece of defence. Tom Lynham now with an ankle injury. They're going to run out of numbers, aren't they, here? He's down injured.
When's the squat? When's the water break?
We've had it. We've had that many breaks. We don't need a water break.
Just a great bird. When he gets tackled, holding a player in.
Well, you get to hear, don't you, everything said in France. Players talk to referees more than you ever imagine when you watch a game live, don't they? They're sat in the back of the stand.
James Child just making the point that there's no need for a water break, because we have had a number of stoppages.
Time on.
Tom Lynham, incidentally, his 100th Warrington appearance this evening. Here is Anthony Maria now for the Dragons. Gets the offload away. Here is Bird. Curry with the tackle.
Move! Wait! Go.
Approaching the final 10 minutes first half. Nothing to choose between these two.
Go.
Absorbing contest developing at the Stade Gilbert Brutus as Garcia spins into that tackle.
Hold. Go, 3.
Cassiano.
Okay.
That was Gigo. Tompkins had Williame with him. Shut down in the nick of time by Harvey Livette.
Wait. Go 4.
Williame once more. Gigo. That kick easier for Ratchford to deal with and effortlessly evades the first tackler.
We might have caught them the first time, but it wasn't going to get them the second.
Wait.
I think Ratchford was caught in the face there by somebody in the tackle.
Go 1.
It was a heavy tackle from Sam Cassiano.
2.
And they're piling in the pressure here now, the Dragons. The home support doing everything they can here. Now look, they're in the starters blocks.
You're contributing. Play the ball. Go 2.
They're up and fast, and it's a brave run from Goodwin with a bit of footwork that just about gets them through the line.
Untidy play the ball and Warrington get the penalty.
It gets through on a win. Still in contact.
Fair amount of Wolves support has made the trip.
Well, look, they're trying to, even though they've been under pressure, defending a lot, they're trying to speed the game up. A lot of teams when they play against the Catalan Dragons think that because of the size, if you keep the game rolling constantly, have little breaks, then you've got a great chance because they've got some strong men who, with full of energy, will hit you backwards like they've just done there.
Samisoni Langi with that hit. Follows up to get involved in this tackle with Matt Whitley as well.
Play it.
Crowd relishing this effort from their side.
Okay.
As Darrell Clark manages to skip away from the first tackle, it gets momentum quickly as well, and with him in full flight, that's a real problem for the Catalan Dragons.
Go 3.
Stopped by Cassiano.
Okay.
Livette.
4. Move. Come on. Hold. Hold. Go 4.
Cooper.
5.
Made his second Warrington debut in a defeat here 2 years ago.
Go.
Space for Curry on that left edge. It's a nice kick from Lyman, but Tompkins in a brilliant position to launch the counter here. What's the support like?
1.
Has to take the tackle. That comes in from Darrell Clark.
Well, Warrington wanted to keep the opponents guessing. Here you see Chris Hill has his head guard ripped off by McLaurin.
High tackle.
And then the Warrington Wolves again concede another penalty. It's a high tackle.
Okay.
On Sam Cassiano. I don't know if they needed scaffolding there to get there.
Away. Thank you.
It's not easy to hit him high. Oh, it's Samisoni Langi, sorry. And it's Joe Philbin again, wrong-footed. He's keen, but he's got to get his feet planted in the right place. Can't just throw those arms out.
Say again, mate. Can't hear you.
Samisoni Langi made his UK debut at Warrington in Lee colours a couple of years ago. Not been an easy half an hour or so for James Child. Once a game that flows. He's had a number of issues to deal with, this the latest.
Bring him here.
Well, I think it is. I think the unique atmosphere of a game in Perpignan makes it the most difficult place to referee.
I know that.
And even though a player's left the field, he wants to speak to him. He's going to bring him back onto the field to do so.
All right, Tony.
And we've just got to get him back on there now, Joe Philbin.
I didn't see that, mate. Do you want to give him a sit? I didn't see it. How do you want? Chris?
I know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, but you're giving high tackles.
Joe Philbin.
Joe, that's 2 high tackles. Got to get a blower, mate. All right?
Mate.
Over here. Back here, mate. High tackle. Back up!
Second penalty for a high tackle. Second time in the first half. Don't forget, Joe Philbin only started as a substitute. He's been on and gone off again before we get to half-time. They need to cool him down.
Here we are, guys. Back up!
Because Steve Price knows conceding penalties is making life really hard for the Wolves today.
Shot there of Sisaleki Akwala.
1. Move!
Turn from suspension for this one. As McLaurin finds Sam Tompkins. Here is Cassiano now.
Keeps those legs driving forward, and Patton and Curry just about stop his momentum.
Look at the metres after contact though, and Catalan on the front foot. Samisoni Langi dumped to the ground though. What a game this is developing into. McLaurin, Greg Bird. Can The Dragons retake the lead inside the last 7 minutes, first half. McLaurin again, Cassiano.
It's outstanding try-line defence here. Last one, have they got one more play to hold out?
One last chance for the Dragons. Gigo, great pass. Tompkins, even better. And Ford Yaha is in at the corner. They couldn't keep them out. Ford Yaha sneaks in. His 50th try now in the colours of the Catalan Dragons.
Well, it's unsurprising that they've scored on the left wing. The Dragons have scored almost 4 times as many tries down their left than they have to the right. It's remarkable. No other team in Super League has such an imbalance in their attacking play. But Fouad Yaha is grateful to receive that pass from Sam Tompkins. And after all of the pressure, they eventually put some points onto the scoreboard to take the lead for the second time in the match. There's a sense of relief amongst the players and amongst the fans. They've worked hard, they've had their opponents on their own line, scrambling and surviving just about. But that pass there, an important one, he knows here now. They've really got to apply the pressure now and continue to put their opponents under as much possible discomfort between now and the half-time hooter.
Ford Yaha returned to rugby league in that 23-22 win over Warrington here. He grabbed the opener at the Halliwell Jones in June. Lost that day. But that try has put Catalan back in front and in control as we approach the half-time interval. Tompkins, can he have the extras from the touchline? Good effort, not quite on target though. 8-4 now.
Well, eventually they get the timing of the passing right. Jake Mamo has 2 men to defend. It's caught between both of them. Nice pass from the floor from McLaurin there. It invites Tony Gigo to put a beautiful pass to Tompkins. And his eyes then have to make the big decision. Is it a short pass or a long one? He finds the right man. And the chairman's shaking his head, perhaps with a sideline conversion, because he knows the Warrington side with just one chance have scored that one try. And they will get opportunities in the rest of this match.
Time you're on. Time on.
Ratchford restarts for the Warrington Wolves. Tony Gigo watches that all the way and brings in Anthony Maria.
One, move. Wait.
Approaching the last 4 minutes, first half. Willie Arme.
2, move.
Hill with the tackle.
Wait.
Aquala over the top. Garcia now.
Hard. Down. Hold. Go 3.
Bird. Cassiano with the offload. It's going to come up for the Dragons, and then they surrender it forward.
Lost.
Not respecting possession at all here. And Steve McNamara, after points, will be unhappy with that.
Sam Cassiano's taken a risk, hasn't he? Tried to promote the ball to a teammate. He thought there was an opportunity to make more ground, but he put his team under pressure. And the Dragons don't have a great record. In the last 5-10 minutes before both the half-time hooter and the final hooter, they've at times, I don't know whether it's fitness or focus, but a fatigue set in and their opponents have scored lots of tries. Now here's a wonderful chance now for Warrington. Darryl Clark at the base of scrum, looking to move it wide.
Harvey Levette. Ratchford reaches out. Comes back the other way, but the Catalan defensive line has shot up into his face. Penalty coming now.
Lift his legs, mate. It's dangerous.
Dangerous tackle.
And they've got that dilemma again. They want to keep going, I think. They think they can run their opponents off the field if they keep a quick game. We haven't had that in the first half. There you see, put into a dangerous position. No question, it's a penalty.
Hold!
Aquala plays it for Darryl Clark. This is Hill now. Nice pass for Levette. Saw him produce one of the passes of the season.
2!
Chris Hill
move, Kenny!
To put Declan Patton over in February. All the handling skills as well as the grunt up front for Chris Hill. And here he is again. More traditional mode.
Move, Sam! 10 metres! Wait, go 3.
Darryl Clark. Aquala. Patton.
Play on!
Goodwin trying to use his footwork to get away from a couple.
Wait.
David Mead has the answer.
Wait. Go 4.
Inside the last 2 minutes, first half. Can Warrington
Still 4.
over the line once more? Darryl Clark.
5. Move line. Come on.
Samisoni Langi clung on downstairs, and Cassiano over the top.
5. Away.
Patton.
He scored.
Oh,
Brilliant,
Patton. Brilliant kick, I should say. It comes almost up for Harvey Levette, second time. And they just about hold on. Willie Arme gets the ball gratefully for the Dragons.
Okay, 2.
Well, every one of the Dragons team seemed to think that somebody else was going to catch it. That's what made me think in the end. A Warrington player will be the only one to get to it. Nice footwork again. The outside back's working hard. Samisoni Langi, Braden Willie Arme trying to gain some ground. And Mike Cooper, Chris Hill.
Move, come on.
Toiling away in the middle.
Greg Bird now for the Dragons.
5. Move, come on. Wait, go.
Looking for a good kick to end a good set, and Gigo with the responsibility. Straight down the throat of Jake Marmo, though. The Warrington try scorer. Had support.
1.
Elected to take the tackle. They've got time for a set of 6 here, Warrington, you would think.
10. 2.
Line him.
Well, the referee said 2, he was held.
Tackle 2.
Has to go back and play the ball there. Some of the Dragons now, hands on their knees, blowing, and Chris Hill repeatedly rolling forward here now. 3 men in the tackle.
Release 3, wait. Go 3.
Oh, Cooper nice at the line for Aquala, and Aquala has managed to spin away from a couple.
Still 3.
Almost.
Still 3.
Got the ball away with contempt there. Aquala, and Curry now fires it to
play on.
Tom Lynham. His kick isn't the best, and Tompkins can pick up the pieces here for the Dragons. High shot coming in from Patton. He doesn't think so. Referee disagrees. Tempers rise again.
Okay.
Well, it's another penalty again. I said they conceded twice as many as the Dragons when they last played here and lost. And something doing similar here again. There may just be time here. The clock you can see isn't the official match clock, so there may still be some time.
Ready for a kick.
The kick play here, maybe a drop goal. We know they won by 1 point last time.
Yeah, got it.
They're deep enough
All
here
the way.
now.
Come on. Come on.
Maybe for a right-footed kicker, it's not the ideal side, but it's an option.
Wait.
Plenty of
Go.
drop goal expertise in this side, but Langi has kicked the ball. It's a really good idea, and almost comes up for David Mead. Got to applaud the invention, but they don't come up with it on that occasion. A whisker away right at the death of what's been an absorbing first 40 at the Stade Gilbert Brutus. Tries, a couple of early penalties from Tompkins, and Yaha with the try for the Catalan Dragons. Jake Marmo replying brilliantly from Toby King's pass for the Warrington Wolves. Everything to play for between last year's 2 Challenge Cup finalists. Analysis to come at half-time. Catalan 8, Warrington 4. Milestone for Max Verstappen in the morning. The first career pole for him in the Hungarian Grand Prix. The race is live on Sky Sports F1 from 12:30 tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, I should say. And there's action from the Championship as the opening weekend continues. Bristol City against Leeds. There's a 4 o'clock start tomorrow, and that's followed later on by Huddersfield against Derby in the Championship. Both of those on Sky Sports Football. Half-time at the Stade Gilbert Brutus, and Catalan Dragons are in control, just as they were when they beat the Warrington Wolves by that drop goal from Tony Gigo earlier this year. It's been a fiery affair in the first 40. Ford Yaha with the try for the Dragons after those 2 Sam Tompkins early penalties, and Jake Marmo with the Warrington response. You can have a look at some of the best moments of that first half now. Phil Clark is alongside me.
Well, the Dragons would feel as though with the dominance in this game, they perhaps should lead by more than just the 4 points that they have on the scoreboard. The first 4 points, of course, came through the 2 penalty kicks. That was one we saw with Sam Tompkins put over. Here's the incident with Chris Hill then involved with Michael Simon. And I think Michael McAloon, when he watches this again, will decide he's never going to try to be a peacemaker or peacekeeper ever again, really. He'll adopt a different approach, because I do feel he was a little bit unlucky here to receive the yellow card. He's incredulous as he walks off the field here now, but it's added to this intrigue here as Tompkins made it 4-0 at that point. And then, really, you got the sense that with all the possession and all the time and field position, if they didn't start to score more often, there was a danger. This was a fantastic 6-point save by Stefan Ratchford to deny Samisoni Langley as he cuts through the line. A change of angle, his body weight, he's off balance, but knocks the two knees together and pulls him up. Here's a big worry for the Warrington supporters. Blake Austin injured, leaves the field, and they'll be worried and concerned to see whether this is a temporary injury or something that could rule him out for the rest of this season. It does look as though that could be a couple of weeks, but maybe okay for the cup final at the end of August. And a wonderful try, though, on the back of it. Without Austin, look at the pass from Dec Patton. And then this is world-class centre play to draw and give there, and invites Jake Mamo to dot it down just inside the corner flag. A great reward for the resilience in defence and their ability to cope and adapt and get to the other end of the field and score. Then the final try of the first half is the one where Sam Tompkins finds his trusty left winger. It's a dangerous, difficult catch. The ball's just in front of him. Minor juggle. He holds on eventually, and they'll be happy to take the lead.
So Fuad Yaha, the Dragons' leading marksman, 12 in Super League, make that 13 now. He grabbed the opener at the Halliwell Jones in June, and he got his 50th Dragons try. I can't hear any count. Tompkins with those couple of early penalties, and Jake Marmo with the Warrington response. Chris Hill and Michael McAloran both shown yellow in that first half in a very bad-tempered affair. What can we imagine coming in the second period? The big talking point so far, the injury to Blake Austin. Warrington have to cope without him in that second 40, or the second half action is live after this break.
Smith becomes the leading point scorer of all time. Oh, shots and Burgess.
Whitehead, part of the Fab Four. Bateman, first try in Canberra colours. The Englishmen have gone bang bang.
Yes, follow us, the NRL on Sky Sports, all the way through the year as the business end of the season approaches. Next up, St George Illawarra Dragons against the Parramatta Eels. It's a 7 o'clock start tomorrow morning on Sky Sports Arena. Set the alarm early. Half-time at the Stade Gilbert Brutus, and Catalan Dragons edging it against second-place Warrington Wolves, a team they beat by the odd point in 45 here in March. They're doing the same again, but it's been a real struggle in that first 40. And the key talking point, really, the injury to Blake Austin, who has been arguably the player of this season. And if you're just joining us, he has been taken from the field. We can see that now.
Well, there was a first concern, wasn't it, that maybe he'd broken his ankle, but the way he left the field, I think there were positive signs there for the medical staff. They wouldn't have done that had that been the case. And shortly after that, amazingly remarkably, it's a wonderful pass here and a brilliant try. Would be a contender for Warrington's try of the season, because that takes some scoring there. Wonderful play by Toby King, who's defended well and now added to that attacking repertoire. Wonderful attacking play there by the pass by Sam Tompkins. And Fuad Yaha has put them ahead by 4.
8 points to 4. Catalan so strong on this pitch. They've beaten every one of the 5 clubs above them, as I mentioned. And so Warrington will really know that they're in a game in this second 40.
Well, on the back of that, you'd have to favour the Catalan Dragons to win again here today. One of the plus sides, though, for Steve Price and the Warrington side is the fact that on their bench they've got Harvey Levette, number 20, primarily a back row forward, I suppose, but also with the ability to play as a standoff. And with Blake Austin absent, one imagines, for the second half, it does gather them some attacking option. But this team were clearly the best side and probably a better team than more than the 4-point advantage they've had. But one of the reasons why Warrington do find themselves sitting second place in the league is your ability to hang in through difficult times, recover right with a few punches, and recover enough to score. And I think there will be some play. They'll obviously want to try and change things and try and play the game quicker. Obviously, a lot of stoppages in that first half didn't help the Wolves and their tactics.
Only London and Hull KR have scored fewer than Catalans' 80 tries over the 23 rounds before today. They proved unable to really trouble the Warrington defence, given that they had a huge amount of possession in that first period. They've only got the one try from Fuad Yaha right at the end of that first period to show for their efforts. As Benjamin Garcia prepares to get this second half underway. Warrington have only beaten out of form Wakefield and bottom of the table London since beating the Catalan Dragons 34-4. Sights very much set on back-to-back Old Trafford appearances. Last weekend, they secured a second successive Wembley. They want to get back to the theatre of dreams, seeking a 5th top 2 finish as well in 9 seasons. Really have been a model of consistency.
Time you're on.
But they will have to do it without play costing. Ratchford will get this second half underway. Still hot conditions. 32 degrees before kick-off, remember. Temper's certainly flaring in that first period. Maria plays the ball. Williame now.
2.
Repelled by Hill.
Wait. Go 2.
McAlorum. Cassiano.
Play on.
Oh, more injuries there. Darryl Clark, it was a brave effort to bring down the big man. He said play on.
He's still going and he's produced a brilliant pass as well. On the back of that, Kenny Edwards, he can't get the offload away.
Lost.
Oh, that was a ridiculous attempt by Kenny Edwards. I don't know if he's playing for the Harlem Globetrotters there. They've questioned the decision here now. They've lost possession. They've lost an opportunity there to start the second half, as they did the first, on the front foot with their opponents under pressure.
The reaction among the Warrington players told you all you need to know. They're absolutely delighted with the pressure that they applied that forced this error.
I love offloads. I love players taking risks, but there has to be some element of you weigh up the probability of it coming off. And that one there from Kenny Edwards, it was a 1 in a million that he was going to find his teammate.
So Warrington with a really good opportunity. They didn't see too many of these in that opening 40 minutes. And now they're within 30 metres of that Catalan Dragons try line. Here is Patton.
You notice the speed there, man. McAlorum up on him instantly. Close down the play. Tackle over.
Go 2.
The Dragons will be aware of the pressure on the shoulders of Dec Patton in the absence of Blake Austin.
Sam, back up. Sam!
Cassiano on Chris Hill. Darryl Clark. Livette. Held on. Maria applies the pressure.
Go for
alongside Edwards. Ratchford. Cooper now. Pushes Cassiano back.
Release. 5. Play the ball. Play. Go.
What a try.
Over here, it's Chris Hill who sneaked over on the last tackle. Warrington. First blood, second half. Chris Hill, 10 minutes in the sin bin in the first period. He's been pumped up for this one throughout, and now he's got over the try line. 3rd Super League touchdown of the season.
Well, passing the ball in front of one of your teammates to another one will always cause problems for defenders.
Thank you.
They're unsure who's going to get it. They're not looking in the right place, and they couldn't stop Chris Hill there, who worked hard. He did try tirelessly in that first half to roll forward on the back foot, wrestle down some tackles, but just goes to show here now the costly error at the start of the second half. Kenny Edwards attempted offload, then they questioned the referee, the back defending their own try line, and then they stood under the goalpost. A terrible sequence of events there to start the second period for the French team.
And Ratchford with the chance to put the Wolves ahead for the first time. Chris Hill, the skipper, to endure the agony as the favourites were down sensationally at Wembley by the Dragons. He's got unfinished business with the Catalan Dragons, and he's got over for the try that could put his side back in the front.
Stay there.
Courtesy of these two from Stefan Ratchford, no problem. Warrington in double figures, they lead by 10 points to 8.
Well, just look at the pass there from Darrell Clark. When everyone watches Warrington, you go home and remember the runs that he's made, or maybe some of the tackles, because he's a fantastic defender. But that's a clever pass and well delivered with the right weight and timing there to invite Chris Hill, make it easier for the big man who's going to be under pressure as the ball comes close to him to catch it and ground in one movement.
Jake Marmo collects the kickoff, and Aquala now into Maria's tackle first up. Cassiano in there as well. Darrell Clark.
1, 2, move.
King.
Go. 2.
He's got Warrington's tails up.
3rd, move. Okay.
Understandably, they were under the cosh for large periods of that first half, and Darrell Clark is free.
4, 7.
Can change the game in a blink of an eye.
Go. 4.
Harvey Levette. Cooper now.
Still 4.
Played too quick for the opponents, aren't they? Keeping the ball alive.
5.
Big men in the white shirts struggling to keep up with the pace.
Last one. Patton. Big kick, could go anywhere, comes off third, did it go forward?
From you first one, turnover.
Well, they're saying it's a Warrington knock-on to the relief of the Catalan Dragons here. Referee makes a call, he's in a pretty good place. I think he said maybe Ben Curry. He's come off his hand and gone forwards.
Okay, Sam, yep.
Relief, certainly the word as far as Catalan Dragons are concerned. They haven't turned up so far second half, and Warrington have already hit them with a try.
10. Wait. Go.
David
2.
Mead.
Move, come on, back up. Hold. Go. 2.
Darrell Clark with the tackle. McAlorum finds Garcia.
3rd, move, keep coming.
Yeah, I'm sure a conservative approach here now in this set.
Anthony Maria. Puts the shoulder in on
4,
Curry.
move. Hold. Go.
McAlorum. Greg Bird.
Oh, I say conservative. Sammy Son and Langley's thrown a pass. Well, there was no way it could ever go backwards or find his teammate. He can't twist and turn the body into that position. And David Mead is 2 meters behind where the ball's thrown, probably because he's in the right position, not the one that the centre could find. 2 sets of possession, lost the ball on both occasions, on or around the halfway line.
Let's get ready.
And it's a complete contrast to how the first half began. He's not happy, Tompkins. Understandably so, but it's about maintaining your composure here when things do go wrong. Warrington coped when they were under pressure in the first half. Can Catalan?
Heads in, shot clock off ball. Stay on, Greg. Oh!
Patton. That was Darrell Clark, now Lynham.
1, move, hold.
3 in the tackle initially for the Dragons. Kenny Edwards and Garcia among them. King now.
2, move. Wait the 10. Wait. Go. 2.
Darrell Clark. Aquala.
3rd, Ben. Go. 3.
Hill.
Lay on. 3.
The best pass for Ratchford. He's managed to seize control though. Possession absolutely vital there with the ball bouncing around.
Go 4.
Goodwin. This is Chris Hill. Had to stoop to take the pass.
5, move. Wait, Mickey.
Maria immediately in his face alongside Whitley. Last one for Warrington. Patton.
10, Mike. Clear.
Raking kick again. The chase is good from the Wolves. Yaha under pressure. He's managed to get the right side of that line.
Surrender. Stand.
Well, a good kick, and it won't be the last. I think that Fuad Yaha gets deep into that corner. Warrington applying the pressure here now there. Giving the boost of those 6 points.
2.
They're really making their opponents pay here. 3 tackles gone already in this set, only up to the 10-meter line. And luckily for the Dragons, Tompkins' brains manages to get them going forward. They now try and go around them, but again, risky play with Whitley.
Cooper really throwing his weight around in there.
Move. Go. Okay.
Former Dragon himself, of course.
Move, get square!
The St George Illawarra variety, 3 years in the NRL, Cooper.
Outside. Mickey.
Marmo collects the kick.
Play on.
Well, we're getting the game going end-to-end here now, and it's a test for both sets of stamina. Warrington did do a lot of work defending their own line. Obviously had the mostly draining event last week. They played in the Cup semi-final. Ball comes out the free and McAlorum picks it up.
Again, Catalan Dragons are first to the loose ball. It's not the first time that's happened in this game so far. Approaching the last half hour of this one, Greg Bird in possession. Just 2 points the difference.
Line.
And 2 huge points on the line in Perpignan. Matt Whitley. That's Langi. Langi trying to find the line. Ben Curry and Patton just doing up. It's a quick play of the ball, and it's going to be a penalty to the Dragons. Interference, says James Child.
Interference. Get on your goal line.
Dilemma here now. They've got the opportunity to kick at goal and draw the scores 10-all. Long time left in the game, or they can stay in this part of the field.
Line, Mike.
I think
Tony over there.
Tony Gigo is going to keep the ball in play here. They're going to tap the ball. Well, can walk back from the try line.
Go on, mate.
Doesn't need to kick it, does he? Taps it there. And they're into some sort of a pre-rehearsed sequence of plays now. 5 more left.
Certainly calling something there, Tony Gigo. What have they got up the sleeves here? The Catalan Dragons. McAlorum's pass. That was Cassiano. And Tompkins thought he'd seen a hole. Shut down by Harvey Levette in the nick of time. Willie Arme. That's Gigo again. And now Kenny Edwards. Swats aside Stephen Ratchford. That's a really nice flick. Even better pass from Willie Arme. No room, though, for Fuad Yaha.
It's brilliant defending by the Warrington side. Absolutely brilliantly done.
Shot clock on.
Coped, haven't they, with some individual brilliance there. The pass there, and Jake Mamo just about holds on to Fuad Yaha. It's not an easy catch for him to take, and he can't squeeze into that corner. He's a big, powerful winger. Well, maybe not one with the best dexterity, and doesn't quite have the ability to catch and score and go in deep to that corner.
Almost a carbon copy of the chance he had in that first half, which was converted. 13 in Super League now for Fuad Yaha.
Heads in.
Whisker away from 14 there. Inside the last half hour, Jake Marmo. Some footwork.
He's lost the ball.
Surrender possession here. Look at the reaction among the crowd. The Stade Gilbert Brutus. Look what it means on the field. Tony Gigo getting congratulated there. Garcia moves in. The intensity ramps up again.
When you mentioned good footwork, it was the hands they needed to worry about. Couldn't hold on to the ball. Tony Gigo comes in. Perhaps his arm makes collision with the ball. And again, another test now. Catalans' attacking game is something that lots of people question. They're not finding it easy either to break down their opponents, despite the best endeavours. We've got the big man out from the scrum. What's his play?
Tompkins gets that pass away. Cassiano has to take the tackle from Hill. McAlorum. Maria. Aquala moves in.
Mustaf! Stand and play.
Patience, very much the watchword as well for the Dragons here. McAlorum gets the pass away for Garcia this time. No way through Hill and Aquala. Ratchford in there as well.
Goal line. Go 3.
Gigo. Bird. Tompkins. On the bounce. Could be something for David Mead here. Tries to step away and gets away easily. And David Mead replies for the Catalan Dragons. Back on the wing, just as he was in the first 4 of the Super League season. And Catalan Dragons now move back in front.
Well, he's got explosive feet, and the ball goes to ground. There's a moment there where he has Dick Patton unsure whether he's going to step in or step out. And then the acceleration, it's a millisecond where he skips in the air. I remember a lot of players do that, don't they? Just by jumping temporarily. The defender then pauses, he's unsure which way you're going to move. You'll just get to see it again here now from behind as he picks up the ball. Now, he just pauses momentarily, goes away from him. Too quick for Patton. He'll be disappointed that he couldn't get more on him. hitting the legs, perhaps to stand a chance of putting him to the ground. But we know from when these sides last met here, there's very little between them when they meet in the south of France. 2-point advantage, hoping to make it 4, but there's still lots of life left in this Warrington side. If they can start to play the game quickly, faster play the balls when they're in possession, and they've got every chance of scoring again.
David Mead, twice a country origin player, 12 times a Papua New Guinean international. Quality acquisition for the Catalan Dragons. Showed some class there to step his way to that try. Can Tompkins add the extras? It's a magnificent kick from Sam Tompkins.
Well, it's the added boost, not just the try, but the conversion from the side. Really, it's lifted the fans and it's lifted the Catalan Dragons here now, who started the second half poorly, but haven't allowed their heads to drop. Greg Bird, they're vocal and leading the side here now, reinforcing the messages that they believe will give them the win at the end of this match.
Down! Time off.
Such a positive for Steve McNamara that he is out there. Greg Bird, 35 years of age now, missed the last 9 games.
Time up.
His 350th career appearance, I should mention that. One of the greatest servants in the Super League. 350 up for Greg Bird.
Hold. Go. 1.
Well, you can't fault the effort that Warrington have put in here defensively. It's a great kicker from Stefan Ratchford, deep into the corner. 4 chases up there, but Maria managed to ride through the tackle. And Samison and Langley carries them like a train here as passengers now. Warrington defenders going back towards their own line.
Whitley's pass for Greg Bird. Tries to get away from Bryson Goodwin, can't do so. Mead gets the ball away from Whitley this time.
5, move, here we are. Go.
This is the last for the Dragons. Gigot, Tompkins.
Give 10, Tony.
Test for Ratchford, wasn't under too much pressure and all the composure and quality to collect that.
1,
untroubled.
Move, wait. Go.
Darryl Clark. Marmo now. Garcia.
2, move. Keep coming, Kenny.
Maria.
Hold.
Combine to bring him to ground.
Go, keep it quick.
Darryl Clark. That's Lynham.
Well, they're up for it now, aren't they, the Dragons? Whitley shot out of the line. I don't think Lynham made more than a metre, did he, in possession there? And Curry runs from dummy half for a few more himself.
Wait. Go 4.
Clark. That was Philbin. Having a real difficulties carrying the ball forward as Jason Clark plays that ball on the last tackle.
Outside.
Hammered forward under huge pressure. And Catalan are rewarded for that defensive set. Going to pick up the ball just 15 metres away from their own line, and David Mead in a good position now.
Move.
Well, he picked up the speed, didn't he? As soon as that little offload pass came from Sam Tompkins, they've waited, haven't they now, 2 weeks knowing that they had to perform here. It's essential if they want to stay in touch with those top 5 teams. You've got to go back to 2012, the last time this team finished in the 4th position in the top 5. They'll receive a penalty here, which might extend this 4-point lead, or it might just put them again close to Warrington's try line. The referee unhappy. Too many penalties, too many high tackles from the Warrington side. And it's Deck Patton who hits him round the neck. Referee wants to speak to the captain. It's Jack Hughes, I think, at the moment.
The major issue you've got in terms of penalties is high tackles. There's 5, right? Not particularly bad, but we've got to sort that out. Can't just keep giving penalties away.
Opposite number, Remy Casti prowls the sideline. 4 minutes short of the hour mark. Anyone's game in Perpignan.
Go for 2, yeah.
They're going to go for the 2 points.
Well, I guess I understand the reasoning for that. I think the Dragons are best when they play in bursts. You know, a continuous game doesn't suit them, so a lot of their personnel. So even if he's unsuccessful with this, you'd hope that maybe they'll get the ball back if he clears the dead ball line. And again, it gives some of the men a chance to just get the oxygen back in the lungs, refuel.
Conserving that energy in these conditions as well, absolutely crucial. Tompkins steps up. It's a really good kick. It's 2 more points. It's the right decision. And Catalan Dragons extend the lead, 16 points to 10.
It'll be fascinating now to see with this Warrington side here. 6 behind. We've got every chance of a golden point game here in the south of France.
Play it, Tom.
They've not had an opportunity yet for the last 10 to 15 minutes here now, really, to get close and put the Catalan team under pressure. Blake Austin's not out there. Dec Patton has pressure on him, but he's the one who's just conceded that penalty. And he and his teammates know more penalties will mean more problems for the for the visitors today.
Time on.
Ratchford's restart collected by David Mead. Mikel Simon.
Dominant!
Big tackle from Philby.
Wait.
Warrington need to wrest this momentum back from the Catalan Dragons. That's a big hit from Cooper.
2, move! Go.
On Lange.
3rd, move, come on, wait.
Warrington know they're in a real battle here as Casti takes that latest hit up for the Dragons. Kenny Edwards now.
4, move, hold Daryl. Go, 4.
McLaurin can't wait to get on with it. Garcia, Gigo, arrows that ball, looking for another 40-20. It's not going to get there, but look at the chase on Lynham. Led by David Mead, followed up by Tompkins.
Surrender!
And he shut Marmo down almost immediately.
Well, perhaps they've moved Stefan Ratchford now to stand off with Marmo there, perhaps filling in at fullback, or maybe they're just rotating around because of the versatility that the back 3 players have.
2.
Bryson Goodwin now, as one of the outside backs, gets involved. But
hold this 10, Remy, wait.
Have to wait patiently here. They've got lots of time. They will get an opportunity. They don't need any more injuries, though.
Looks like an eye problem for Bryson Goodwin. Harvey Levette continues, though, for Warrington, and an untidy pass does find Jack Hughes.
Held! Release! Play it. Go 0.
Ratchford. Philby.
1, move!
Garcia and Seam on the tacklers.
Got another injury, haven't we, just to break the game up.
Just keep that mark.
A head injury. Maybe a head injury assessment.
Huh? Yeah,
So you got to do a lot of concentrating as the referee here, isn't it? Bryson Goodwin's the one who had the bang on the head. The doctor's on the field.
Drinks break now. Steve.
And it's indicated that both teams can take a drinks break whilst the doctor gets time to
all the teams
assess the left centre for Warrington.
Drinks break. Both teams.
We saw him just in obvious discomfort and appearing to touch his eye. It's okay there as he's examined by the doctor.
Well, when the Dragons have been at their best in Super League, they've made playing in Perpignan a painful experience for their opponents. That's what they've done again here for almost an hour in this match. I want to do it for the next 20 minutes. They don't have a great record in the final quarters of games. In fact, for a team that's hoping to be in the top 5, they've conceded more than twice as many tries as they've scored in the last 20-minute period. Only Hull KR have a worst record at finishing games off, really.
1.
This will be a test here now with a 6-point lead, with everything to play for. Are they fit enough? And is the focus right?
Go.
Great work from Ratchford again.
3.
Kenny Edwards just about gets there and has the answer. Here is Levette. Garcia.
4. Move. Wait.
Gigo grappling with it.
Go. No. 4. The first was 0.
Inside the last quarter. Mike Cooper.
It went back to 0. 5. Move. Kenny. Hold. Hold.
Last one coming up for Warrington. Daryl Clark. Patton with the kick.
Play on.
Mead rose magnificently there.
It's hard, isn't it, playing on the wing? The expectations to score tries when you're given a chance, make meters when you're trying to come away from your own line, and catch those difficult kicks when the opposition are putting you under pressure, deep near your own line.
Lange played the ball. Here is Fuad Yaha.
3rd, Joe!
Philby with the tackle.
Watch this player. 4!
Willie Armey.
Daryl Clark's injured again in the background. Sam Tompkins showing some attention to him, just taking a look at how he was, but he wants to get back on the game. In fact, he's not happy with something that's happened.
Is it okay, mate? Just wait, mate.
James Child had so much to do in this game.
Daryl, look, I can only deal with what we see. All right, just leave it there. Leave it there. Okay.
Daryl Clark still not happy.
Time on, 4.
Catalan
Stay
Dragons
alert.
with the ball. Bird
5,
in possession.
Move, come on, hold, go.
McAlorum. Gigo.
10!
You know, the Dragons might have just upset the wrong player there, because there was one player who can
Down.
change a game. Daryl Clark's ability from that play the ball area, if he gets motivated and annoyed enough to scoot with the speed he's got,
1,
he
move.
could be the key to
Hold.
turning this round, because at the moment
Hold.
the Dragons have
Go.
got a good grip on the match.
2,
Drop goal won
move,
it
Greg.
in Perpignan
Wait.
earlier this year. A Dragons drop goal would put them 2
Interference.
scores clear, and of course,
Get out the rough.
Greg Bird
No, wait.
has been penalised here for interference, and Warrington can park themselves inside that Catalan half of the field now.
Well, quick kick to touch, that's what they want to do, get the ball.
Line, guys.
Quick restart, play fast in the
Line.
last 20.
Wait.
See if your opponents can go with you. That's what they back themselves. The ball goes to ground again. That doesn't help. Look,
Time
critical.
off.
You've got to sharpen, crisper
Wait, Daryl.
passes.
Time on.
Clark finds Curry.
1, move. Come on. Wait.
McAlorum with
Play
the
the
tackle.
ball. Ben away.
Daryl Clark once more. This time for Patton, and now Philbin. Still going forward, taking
2,
Edwards back.
Kenny, move. Hold Sam.
Garcia in there as well for the Dragons.
Too slow.
That urgency
It's
from
just too slow,
Philbin
mate.
means Warrington have a
It's too
penalty.
slow.
And a penalty that they could kick at goal with here now. Still doesn't seem to be in fashion, does it,
Far
in
too
the
slow,
end? When nobody has a
Far too
patient
slow.
approach, but it's one that I think they would certainly get 2 points from.
Okay.
I mentioned that a drop goal would put them 2 scores clear. They've decided not to go for the 2 points
1,
that would
move,
also
Sam.
do so. How
On the 10, Sam.
will that play out?
Go, well done.
18 to go. Daryl Clark. Patton
Play
does
on.
get the ball away. Marmo, Lynham,
Play on
trying to
number
get away from the traffic.
2, move, line. Wait. Go 2.
Daryl Clark. Juggling from Patton once more. Here is Jason Clark.
Still 2.
He manages to get an offload away. Patton fires it to Ratchford. Here is Harvey Livette.
Help! Release. 3. Go.
Edwards and Gigo in defence for the Dragons. Philbin for Warrington.
Surrender! Stand, go 4.
Cooper.
It's okay, it's okay.
Pass on the bounce. Who wants it? Comes up for the Catalan Dragons. And it comes up for David Mead. And David Mead is really quick. It's a foot race. David Mead against Jake Marmo. Is he going to get there? What a sensational tackle that is from Jake Marmo.
In the bin.
Ball just dumped
bin.
over the sideline. Jake Marmo is going to be penalised for that. It's not the most composed approach, but what about the initial tackle?
Well, he's done well, hasn't he, to save a try, but at what cost here then? The tackle's completed, just to be clear on the rules here. You can't do a one-on-one stripper just because there are 2 men there in that situation. Sam Tompkins wants to tap it quickly. I don't think the crowd are ready, or the referee either. But he's off now. They're down to 12 men. And if this was hard enough, it's become even more difficult. What a challenge here now. The pass drifts wide, tapped up in the air, and David Mead looked at that point that he thought he was going to go, but wonderful pace and recovery. A diving tackle just to pull him down by the legs. The tackle's completed. You can't do that at that point.
Okay.
He then strips the ball, throws it out of play, and follows the ball over the sideline himself.
1, move Ben. Go, get square.
McAlorum. Warrington down to 12 for the second time in the game. Garcia capped under the posts.
Go 2.
Philbin for company. McAlorum doesn't go himself. Feeds.
Shot. Tackle
What a
3.
tackle! That's unbelievable. How have you stopped him from there, Daryl Clark?
Go 3.
It was Mikael Simon who was so close. What an incredible contribution that was from Daryl Clark. And Sam Tompkins trying to get away. Gives it to Edwards.
4.
Ratchford
Move
there to
Toby.
lock the ball up. That was
8.
crucial.
Go 4.
Approaching the last 15. A compelling spectacle in Perpignan. Cassiano. He's got the offload with him. doesn't find Tony Gigo, does find Tony Gigo. Gigo finds the floor, Warrington pick it up.
Take the scrum.
Breathless.
Yeah.
Well, they're not good enough to find the killer punch, are they? They've got more men on the field, they've got more possession. But look at that. Well, he's just about held on the deck pattern. I don't know how he's prevented him from scoring. This side of the field, though, was brilliant effort. The scramble and recovery to get back, to cover Tompkins on the inside, and then get back and cover Edwards. Prior to that, the tackle, I think, was by Darryl Clark in the middle of the field to stop Mikel Simon. We saw a try saver in the first half by Stefan Ratchford. We've seen a certain 6-point save by Clark there. They are clinging on, and more or less have been for about an hour. It's the bravest effort I've seen from a Warrington side, keeping the hopes alive.
Listen.
And frustrating the home supporters who just can't find enough to separate the gap between the two teams.
Me and you have the conversation. All right, that's it. Yeah.
Steve Price lost 4 of his opening 6 as Warrington boss, but what turned it all round was a 26-0 win in Perpignan. And that was the first of 10 straight victories that transformed Warrington's season.
Well, the Dragons know the run-in's important here, and a win would be vital. They've got, of course, Wigan and Huddersfield away, but games against Leeds, which we can see next Thursday on Sky. London and Hull are perhaps more winnable ones with teams lower in the table.
You can have one shot.
I know here, this is a wonderful time here now. They've had that 2-week break from the Cup semi-final. They can almost see the finish line. Those top 5 places up for grabs. And 2 points today would be everything for them.
2 tough tests coming up for the Warrington Wolves as well.
Stand!
They host St Helens in a blockbuster on Thursday. You can see that live with us, of course. And you can also see their match at Wigan. And, of course, it's a date at Wembley.
And a big penalty here. Very rarely do you see a penalty against a team in possession.
Well, explain it to your captain.
He's going to explain it to the captain.
He traps him in. No, listen. He traps him in, moves forward, and goes beyond the marker. Moves forward, and takes the marker out, goes beyond the marker. So that's a penalty.
So he's walked forward off the mark. Now, if you remember when these sides last met earlier in the season, it was a controversial penalty that went to the Catalan Dragons that won them the game. Sam Tompkins' penalty kick. I don't think there's much controversy about this. It's a great decision by the referee. You can't walk forward when the tackle's been completed. That's what Tom Lynham tries to do. Trapping in the player. You see he's trapped his arm in. Casti can't get free. And this will extend the lead from 6 to a vital, important 8.
Tompkins,
I will.
Man who will take the shot at goal from right in front.
Joe, goal line, please.
Crucial intervention, correct intervention from the official, James Child. Could have massive consequences for the destiny of the 2 points here. Six points of difference as things stand. The prize would be a 2-score cushion.
Time off. Time off.
No mistake from right in front, and they do have that 2-score advantage. Catalan ahead now by 18 points to 10.
The comms is rubbish, I can't hear
Well, they're in a great position now, aren't they? They started the game strongly. Can they finish in the same manner? That's the test for the home team.
Might go short here.
You imagine the referee's guessing where the ball's going to go with the touch judge. So you see the guy at the bottom of the screen with the red flag. He's just come here to measure that this kick goes 10 metres. Anticipating that Catalan Warrington need the ball back, and Ratchford's tried to put it in that position.
Backwards.
He started shortish. It comes up for the Catalan Dragons. Kenny Edwards has it. Here is Tompkins, now Cassiano.
2, move Chris.
The Dragons turn to put the foot on the accelerator here. Gigo, Whitley. Livette among the tacklers alongside Philbin and Ratchford there for Warrington.
Go 3.
Well, the best way that the Dragons can make their supporters feel less nervous is to score again, isn't it? 8-point lead is good. 12 or 14 might make them enjoy the last 10 minutes a little bit more relaxed manner.
Simon played it for McIlorum. Cassiano, nice pass. Casti.
5, move.
Still moving the Dragons forward. This is the last one, though. The boot of Gigo, crossfield, another test.
Play on.
King, who's underneath it, does brilliantly again. Was too quick to play the ball for his own teammate there.
Move! Play on!
Warrington have to chase it. Darryl Clark away from one.
Watch that, man.
We've got Sam Cassiano down injured. I don't know whether the referee's going to stop the game or whether he's...
Hold!
He thinks he's out of playing in a safe position.
It's his leg.
Curry. Goodwin. Crowd want the play stopped. Noise becomes deafening in Perpignan.
Well, they probably don't know the rules, do they? It's only if the doctor's on the field. The guy with the red top on. Good kick deep here for Sam Tompkins, but he should have it covered, and you imagine he's going to get back into the field of play.
Perfectly weighted kick, though, from the Warrington Wolves, and the chase is really good as well.
Time's off. Tackle one.
Well, you see the guy with the red top on, once the doctor enters the field, the rules are
that was a leg injury.
The referee to stop the game.
Now, time goes off.
Apologies again if you heard any language there on the referee's microphone.
That's what it is, mate. Fair enough. Yeah.
The rule just being explained by James Child, as you pointed out, Phil.
Well, look, it's one of his teammates who comes on and falls awkwardly on his own team. Is it McAlorum who might fall on Sam Cassiano's leg? It's one of the guys, I think, from his own side who bends it awkwardly.
Yeah, but we can't have everybody asking the same question.
He's already got a lot of strapping around that knee. Anyway, jogging back into position. It looks like he's good to go. They're really going to have to go at it for the last 10.
Is that French? I don't understand. Braden, you're going to play it, mate. Braden, you're going to play the ball. Tackle one. Sure, play the ball, Braden. Wait for me, mate. Tackle one. Just
apologise once more about any language that you may have picked up on that referee's microphone.
Time off one.
Catalan eventually do continue, and Garcia.
Two, move Ben! Wait! Go, two.
Under the tackle of Curry, urgency from McAlorum. On the back of that is Greg Bird. Was Samisoni Langley taken out in back play? The crowd thinks so.
It's going to be another penalty, I think, for a high tackle from Deck Patton.
Tom Lynham.
Well, Tom Lynham takes a player out. He's gone for that one. I did think there was a question mark about, again, whether the tackle from Patton on Bird was high, but it's taking his teammate out that's given them a breather and a kick to touch.
Dean, can you hear me?
See Samisoni Langley just fell from the right of your screen.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Come here, guys. Just wait for the
the Dragons here now.
Mike!
Andrew Henderson and the Warrington coaching staff know that it's going to take something very special. They've got a special team, though, and they've got a special belief.
Hold the 10. Wait.
To keep hoping.
Go.
We've got to firstly stop the opponents from scoring. That's the first thing they've got to worry about.
Two. Move.
Anthony Maria with the latest carry for the Dragons.
Go, two.
9.5 or so to go. Greg Bird. Ball comes free.
Ball steal.
Ball steal, says James Child.
You're pulling down on the ball, mate. You're pulling on the ball.
Well, he's been out. It's a remarkable comeback for Greg Bird. And looked like he's been buzzing from the start of this match. Full of energy, full of voice.
Keep going.
Determined, isn't he, now, at this stage in his career, to be part of a successful Dragons outfit.
Back up!
Got themselves into position to maybe play for silverware at the end of the year. And they don't want to miss this opportunity now.
Tasted silverware in sensational fashion 12 months ago at the expense of the Warrington Wolves. McAlorum's pass, that was Cassiano. And now Tompkins has Whitley on the outside. And has Matt Whitley secured 2 priceless points in Perpignan. Their game has been in the melting pot throughout, but that could be the crucial score.
Yeah, have to keep doing what we're doing.
Well, Sam Tompkins loves providing that service for the left winger. In the first half, it was Fuad Yaha. In the second, it's the Sekiro who's found himself out on that left flank. Substitute left winger. He's just delighted to have been in the right place at the right time. And he slides in at the corner. One of the hardest working players in the Catalan side. Doesn't get as much glory, but he's enjoying the moment here with the fans cheering his name as they go back now towards their own half.
4 years since his debut against Warrington in the colours of the Widnes Vikings. Man of the match on his home debut on this ground against the Huddersfield Giants. Now he gets his 6th Super League try of the season against Widnes' biggest rivals. They're starting to believe now the Catalan Dragons are moving into that top 5. They're moving into the playoff spots. Castleford in action tomorrow, of course, but they will celebrate this one if it stays like this.
Time off.
Tough assignment again with the boot for Tompkins. Absolutely no problem. Wonderful kick.
Well, he's set up the try with a pass. He's confirmed the victory with the kick. And I think the Warrington fans might be bemoaning the fact that they, through a bit of bad luck with a fixture, they've had to go twice to the south of France. Both them and the London Broncos, the 2 teams out of the Super League who in the draw have been given the task of travelling to Perpignan on 2 occasions. Of course, the London Broncos remarkably won there in Perpignan once. They'll be hoping to do that again on their second visit, but it's been unsuccessful hunting for Warrington. Short kick to the other side this time. But what a catch there by Kenny Edwards. Party trick there, fell to floor and took it in one movement.
Dominant!
Brilliant from the 29-year-old. Got his first try of the season in that 23-22 defeat of the Wolves. Here is Willie Arme now.
Third move. Hold that, hold.
Back-to-back victories in Perpignan over Warrington, beckoning for the Dragons. They're piling on the pain. 12 months after Wembley.
And Warrington, of course, here now on the back of this, looking like they're going to have a difficult week here now to pick themselves up for the biggest challenge for some time when they play, of course, play St Helens on Thursday evening.
Huge game. Top 2. Fasten your seatbelts. Live, of course, only on Sky Sports.
And of course the question mark whether Blake Austin's in there. If he doesn't play, how do Warrington recover temporarily or for the rest of this season if he's unable to play for the rest of 2019? No lack of willing workers, but do they have the creative brilliance that he brought to the team?
Just hold your tens, Chris.
Simon, meanwhile, for the Catalan Dragons.
2, move, hold this 10. Wait!
Philbin was the tackler. McLaurin. Casti. Casti still going. Remy Casti almost to the line. The crowd would have loved that.
Go 3.
Still going. Garcia
Backwards.
knows there's not much time to get that ball away. Lange trying to go round the outside.
4, move.
Marlow clings on.
Wait. Go 4.
Garcia. Greg Bird.
Still 4.
Gets the offload away. McAlorum.
Play on, play on.
Really nice kick, and as Gigo got there. Gigo against Jason Clark, and you know the answer. Gigo gets there first. And the Wembley hero strikes at Warrington's expense again. No doubt now. Tony Gigo with the try.
Well, these final tries are very important ones for Catalan. Nothing to do with the points difference, but to do with the confidence. For a team that have struggled to cross their opponent's try line this year, scoring here now against a team like the Warrington Wolves breeds belief. It encourages them to try these plays. It's a great kick, brilliant kick. Lucas Albert set one up in a previous game for Sam Cassiano. Having your hooker to be able to kick dangerously. Paul McShane did it very well at Casper for a period here now, but McAlorum's kick invites Tony Gigo into that in-goal area.
We got one, Dean.
And they've got one more try here now. More points, more stories to share amongst the team and their fans tonight as they reflect on what's been a brilliant performance from them. Controlled aggression in the first half and clinical finishing in the second.
Gigo also a try scorer in last year's draw, 22 apiece at the Halliwell Jones. 2 more points from Sam Tompkins, and Catalan Dragons have hit Warrington for 30.
The late offload by Greg Bird. He's such a difficult man to pull to ground or even to trap possession. He wriggles and roams his way through tackles. Then on the second phase play, patiently waits. I'm not sure if it comes off his shin, but it goes exactly where it needs to go. And Tony Gigot, playing as a standoff with number 1 on his back, he's up in that front line and causing havoc for the Wolves. It's a very comprehensive scoreboard, doesn't it? 30 points to 10. There's no doubt who've been the best team. If you're just walking in now.
Time you're on.
Catalan Dragons fully deserve the win and looking like a team that will be in the top 5 if they can maintain this sort of play. They've been strong at home. Can they take the form away? That's the challenge for them between now and round 29. Oh, what a tackle by Warrington. Thrown some bodies into that one. The referee says play on. I think he's made the mistake. There was a knock on. He thought Warrington were going to get in possession.
David Mead thinks he's going to go the length here.
Tony! Walk away.
The referee has called play back.
Warrington scrum, knock on Catalan.
The party will have to wait 2.5 minutes or so.
Well, again, they've questioned the decision. They've been penalised for dissent. It's something they're going to have to work on. I think that's twice in the game.
Back up. Time's off.
The number of Warrington defenders thrown into this tackle here forced the ball free.
Knock on, then descent. Tony. Tony Gigot.
Tony needs to control his temper. He's gone just gone to they're laughing. The Dragons. Who was it? Who's been guilty of dissent? I don't know why they need to ask. Another head injury assessment. They've got some bruised and battered bodies, Warrington. Not only have they lost the game, but they've paid a price. You can see some pain around the eye socket. It doesn't look like it's a fracture. Davis will play on.
The elation in Bolton last week, replaced by anguish across the channel. Patton, is there something late on for the Wolves? Ratchford with a really nice pass. King on the end of it. Can't get through Whitley though.
Go.
Livette.
Concentration.
That was Ratchford. Now Jason Clark.
2. Move back up. Wait. Wait. Go. 2.
Davis. Players coming in again.
Wait.
They're hitting as hard now as they did at the start of the match, probably because it's been such a long game, haven't they? Number of breaks. When David Mead went to the end of the field, we had a minute for all the Dragons to get their breath back and get pumped up here now to put some hits in. Anthony Wheeler's pushing and shoving going on. This is a tough place to referee a game. Probably even the touch judge.
Walk away. Kenny.
The home of the Dragons, proving the fieriest of venues in the Betfred Super League.
Walk away.
Well, you've got a big group of alpha males here, haven't you? Full of testosterone.
Ben. Well, there, please.
And the referee's doing his best here now to just get to the final hooter with everybody still alive.
Time off. Yeah, Rich.
The 2 points have gone, so as Warrington are concerned, they've lost their marquee signing as well. Yeah. We don't know for how long yet.
Got high tackle, Anthony Maria. And as far as I'm concerned, that's it. Yeah, okay.
Yes. He'll be hoping Warrington kick it goal here.
Remy! Remy, come here. I know that, I know that.
I think everyone wants to see this ended.
But we did have 2 sin bins in that first 15 minutes. Yeah.
That's a great reply from the referee.
That's it now. Discipline.
He said to Crystal, I don't know if you saw it, but we did have 2 sin bins in that first half.
Goal line, back up. Back up. Matt.
That's a bit of irony.
Matt. Just wait for me, mate. I'm going back there. High tackle. Just wait.
Faces said all for Warrington.
Back up. Back up. Back up.
And they post the smallest of consolation tries right at the end. It's a big hit again on Aquara. A high shot. Kenny Edwards can't wait to get involved. It's a free-for-all.
It was a high tackle, wasn't it, from, I think, Michael McAlorum. That's the first penalty. And then too hot for rugby.
Tompkins and Marmo.
Greco-Roman
Gigo
wrestling
comes in. It's still going on.
Oh, these are not good signs. Not good scenes either. Poor end to the game here. An embarrassment for both teams here. Now that they've lost the control, lost the composure. Shouldn't have descended to this.
Walk away!
Greg Bird had Ben Curry on the floor there.
Kenny!
But if these two meet again in the playoffs,
Walk away!
it is an unmissable game here now, the way this one's ended.
Walk away!
The hoot has sounded.
Walk away.
As if
There's all sorts of claims taking place here now between players. They've done things to each other.
Okay, let go.
Headbutting being claimed and
walk away. Yeah, got
as
that.
if there wasn't enough history between these two after that epic Wembley encounter last year.
I can't.
Another chapter in the rivalry of Warrington and Catalans.
Mickey, walk away, please.
At the end of this one,
That white line.
it's been a bad-tempered game,
Over the white line.
to put it mildly.
Remy.
he's going to have to give a penalty, isn't he? Even though the hoot has sounded, I think he'd stop the game for something.
Tom, over
He
there.
doesn't want to restart it.
Walk away. Remy, get your players over there.
Fans, well, the Warrington ones up there, made the journey over there,
Over
and
there.
the home ones.
Walk
I'm not sure
away.
what's going to happen next. They don't want to leave.
Chris, over there, please.
Casti invited to take his team away.
Well, I saw the match commissioner
Away,
come down
away.
the side of the field. It's a difficult
Walk away.
situation to be official.
Right, the first offence is McAlorum high tackle.
Yeah,
Right, so that is going off.
yeah.
That sounds like a
Anything
red
else?
card.
Kenny Edwards has run from distance.
Yeah, he
and
jumped over the
in.
top. He didn't
I've not
strike.
seen what
He
he's
didn't
done.
strike. Sam Tompkins.
I've got Jake Mamo pushing his head into Tompkins' face.
Right.
That's a sin bin for me.
Right.
Tompkins has then thrown 2 heavy punches into his face, and that's a red.
Oh, terrible.
So-
scene.
These are scenes we do not want to see.
Yes.
Pushing his head towards him.
Yes.
And Sam Tompkins for the reaction.
Punching.
Tempers boiling over on the
Ben!
pitch.
Ben!
No excuse for behaviour
look.
like that off it.
I know that. No, let me just hold it. Walk away.
So it's funny because the game's
Absolutely no excuse.
Jace! Over there.
It was all from that play.
I get that.
Come back here, boys.
Well, Chris Hill seems to be concerned for the families of the Warrington players who've travelled up there, but I don't think that's their job now, is it, really, to go in there and get involved? There has to be something for the
Chris!
stadium staff to take control of. Chris has got to.
It's not helping.
I know he's trying to calm them down, tell everybody to sit
Just stay
down.
over there. It's not helping, mate.
Greg Bird as well here. They're trying to calm them down.
It's not helping, mate.
Players of both sides trying to
Okay.
diffuse the situation on the terraces, and the referee suggesting that might not be the best course of action. That certainly isn't from Kenny Edwards. And again, I must apologise for any language you might be picking up on the referee's microphone. Tensions obviously boiling over everywhere at the Stade Gilbert Brutus.
Chris, walk away.
Players suggesting that their families are among that section of the crowd. That's what's incensed Chris Hill. So again, we must
Tom.
apologise for this language. You can see the emotion on the Warrington captain, totally understandable.
Come on. Chris! Let's just...
What do you expect me to do? If you were in the same situation, you would do the exact same.
I can only apologise for this language on the referee's microphone.
Just listen to me.
Chris Hill and James Child in discussion.
The sooner we get this situation dealt with, the sooner we get it dealt with, the sooner we get off. Come on.
And I think the sooner the referee can get these players off the field, the better for all concerned.
Chris, come on.
Ugly scenes
Greg,
in Perpignan, I'm sorry to say.
Well, they're spoiling, aren't they, really, now, what had been a successful day for the Catalan Dragons. Seems as though the referee, I don't know how he's going to conclude the match. You know, they've all shaken hands with one another saying it's over, but the referee's not satisfied with that. See, Stefan Ratchford wants to take his team off the field. Apologies again if you heard any bad language, but he's appearing here now to say, listen, let's just leave the field. We're going to walk off. The referee's trying to get his cards out as quick as he can. I don't know whether this will make it better or worse.
There is a red card for Michael McAlorum.
Because I've got to deal with it, mate. High tackle. It's a high tackle. And listen, I can't do that, mate. I can't do that. We're going to have a penalty.
Ugly end to the
suggestion is you tap it and kick it into touch, and that's the game.
Match for him.
No, I can't do that.
Just blow the whistle because it's just going to go up again, isn't it?
We'll kick at goal, Chris, then. I mean, he's questioning why he doesn't want a penalty.
I can't, mate.
Just tap it.
He'll be attack, and then that's it. Chris, over there now. Let me just deal with it. Steph, let me deal with it now. No, that's it.
James Child and Chris Hill in conversation again. Apologies for the language you're picking up on the referee's microphone.
You, red.
Sent another one off with another red card. Something's been said there now. Is it Sam Tompkins who's been sent off?
Come here.
Second one.
Chris, come here.
Can only imagine he said something over to a member of his family, I think.
McAlorum,
Right.
red carded.
Right.
Tompkins,
High tackle,
red carded.
Mamo pushes his head into Sam Tompkins' face. Sam lands at least two punches. That's why he's gone for red, right?
Catalan
That will deal with it. No strikes.
comfortably on the right end of the scoreline.
It's your penalty. Now, if you take my advice, you'll tap the ball and kick it into touch.
We've already said that's what was the game with Sam.
Okay, mate.
We'll tap it.
High tackle.
Well, I wonder who now from this Catalan side will be available for selection for the next game now. No doubt there'll be some interest in the disciplinary committee.
There is the conclusion of this game. The record books will tell you that Catalan Dragons have beaten Warrington again in Perpignan, 30 points to 10 this time. But ugly scenes have marred a very, very good Dragons performance against the teams that they also beat on this pitch earlier this year, having defeated them so memorably in last year's Challenge Cup final. 30 points to 10 is the final score. 4 tries to 2 in favour of the Catalan Dragons, 6 goals from Sam Tompkins. And the other notable incident concerns Blake Austin, who was taken from the field in that first period. We don't know how crucial that will be to Warrington's season in the Challenge Cup that they reached the final of a week ago, and also the assault on Old Trafford as they want to make back-to-back appearances at both venues. 30 points to 10 the final score. Catalan Dragons then will move above the Castleford Tigers back into that crucial top 5. Castleford in action tomorrow, but Catalan Dragons back in the playoff places. Warrington stay second, 12 points behind St Helens ahead of their blockbuster on Thursday. Plenty to admire in the Catalan performance this afternoon on a difficult day. McAlorum and Tompkins both red-carded late on. Plenty more coming up on Sky Sports. Bradford against Toronto next up in the Betfred Championship. That's tomorrow, 3 o'clock on Sky Sports action. And then we're back with that huge game between Warrington and St Helens. The top 2 go head-to-head. What will the fallout be of this one? 7 o'clock Sky Sports Arena Thursday night. 24 hours later, same time, same channel. Leeds against Catalan. Catalan also back in action here on Sky Sports. But a good win for the Dragons this evening. From Phil, myself and all the team, it's goodbye.